What is going on, guys? Welcome to next episode of our Cincinnati Reds franchise. Long time no post. I do understand. I do realize that. A lot of things have been going on. Bought a house. Got home improvement things going on. So hopefully you guys forgive me about that. But, I've been doing my best to try to get these videos up for other scheduled videos. And especially now that baseball is kind of winding down, I don't feel like you guys are too upset. I think a lot of the fans from the Reds are coming over to watch the Bengals. But nonetheless, so we actually have the final day of spring training here in our series. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate all of this spring training, let you guys look at some statistics. And then for the next episode, I'm actually going to have a upload on for you guys on Monday. So you guys can check that out. And that'll be our home opener with probably Dallas Keuchel starting that game. So first things first, though, going to preview the American League, basically the whole entire American League, actually. So let's get this one underway. And we've got the Baltimore Orioles, who actually did a lot of weird things last season, if you guys remember. So they acquired J.D. Martinez by getting rid of Zach Britton and Dylan Bundy to the Red Sox. It was really weird, and even furthermore, we didn't know what the Red Sox were doing either, trading to an interdivisional opponent. They acquired Nate Jones, Gio Gonzalez, Trey Mancini, Freddie Galvis. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. This team looks to be a lot better this season than they did last year. So Drew Smyly, Pomeranz, this is going to be an interesting type of team as we go forward in the 2020 season. We also got Tyson Ross on the Baltimore Orioles, Cole Calhoun. This team is Kurt Suzuki. Yeah, I mean, Terrence Tassang. Remember this guy, guys? We were looking at him in the scouting and got drafted, and he's looking to be a pretty solid player. He's already 75 with an A potential. So watch out for the Orioles this season. Looking at the Red Sox, they look like they're holding a pretty commanding lead in the actual World Series for 2018. But when we look at this roster, it's pretty much the same thing as in years prior. The only addition being Edwin Diaz, who they acquired last season at the trade deadline. And with Jalen Beeks being as good as he is with an 81 and a B potential there, Dylan Bundy, Edwin Encarnacion was signed, Carson Smith. I mean, all these guys here, Brandon Drury. This is still going to be a good team, probably one of the top teams in the American League East. Looking at my hated New York Yankees, they look like they're still going to be another formidable opponent here. They got Brad Brock, Mike Moustakas was signed last season, Jonathan Villar, Mike Minor. So, they've got some pieces. They also acquired Josh Bell from the Pirates. So this is actually a move that I could actually see happening, honestly, because the Yankees and Pirates seem to have this thing where they like to trade with each other. Pretty interesting. But, I kind of like the Red Sox over the Yankees. I'm not just saying that. It's just like looking at the team up and down. It looks like the Red Sox have a little bit more going on for them versus the Yankees. So then we look at the Tampa Bay Rays. This is going to be another struggling season for them. They do have Joey Gallo. I don't know how Joey Gallo fits into that Tampa Bay Rays mold, but there he is. It's going to be interesting to see how he pans out. Nathan Eovaldi, Malik Smith, Spangenberg, Jacob Faria. They also got Adam Jones. So yet again, not a guy that I feel like the Tampa Bay Rays would really like. I know they would like him for his defense in center field, but when you've got Kevin Kiermaier out there in center field, it looks like Adam Jones is probably going to have to play left or right field. They got Matt Duffy, Coda Glover, Willie Adames. Yeah, so, this team, also got Tyler Goodell. We traded him away. This team's going to be a grinder type of team. I don't expect too much for 2020. Looking at the Blue Jays, though. The Blue Jays, they're going to make some noise this season. They really are. Anthony Rizzo signs to the Blue Jays from the Chicago Cubs. They also have Chris Sale. This team made a big-time run for the playoffs last year. I like what they're doing so far. They got Whit Merrifield as well. Yeah, this team is going to be pretty legit. I can't wait to see how they do. They've also got a young stud in Vladimir Guerrero Jr. They acquired Chris Davis. So this team is going to have a lot of power. They got some good pitching. It's on the up and up if you're a Blue Jays fan in this series. So let's move on to the AL Central. Yoan Moncada is the best player for the White Sox. That's not saying much when you've got Bruce Rondon, Carlos Rodon, And, it's not looking up from there. I mean, Andrew Tolles, 78 overall center fielder, Joakim Soria. Yeah, this team has got some issues. They're probably going to be in last place, I feel like, in the American League Central. Nothing really to talk about for the White Sox. For the Indians, a lot of the same type of players coming back. They do have a lot of depth, but it's not the same Indians team that we have come to know and be familiarized with being a top team, right? So, I mean, we took it to them in the spring training game. They hit a lot of home runs against us, but that's kind of what they're built to do. I like this addition for Kelvin Herrera, though. That's going to be a big one for them. Tyler Naquin is taking the next step at 28 years old. He might have a breakout type of season, but again, the pitching is probably what's going to be the downfall for this team. Tanner Roark is decent, but he's not great. Trevor Bauer's starting to regress. Yeah, and Logan Forsythe doing his thing at 33 years old. Yeah, this team is probably the favorites to win the division. We'll have to look at the Tigers and the Twins and the Royals, but I kind of like the Indians to do it again, but not really excited about what they're going to be able to do, honestly. Looking at the Tigers, they're still struggling. Look at this. This was not done by me, I swear to God, guys. This is hilarious. Michael Taylor coming over to the Detroit Tigers in 2020. If you guys remember that watched my Tigers franchise last season in 2017, Michael Taylor was a Detroit Tiger at the beginning of the 2017 season for us. We traded for him. We acquired him. This is hilarious. This is so funny, guys. I can't get over that. But Tommy Joseph finds a home from the Red Sox to Detroit. This is a young team. Hector Chavis, we saw him hit some home runs against us last season. You got Jordan Zimmerman kind of regressing. Candelario is progressing. Brent Honeywell was acquired. Matt Manning is right there. So Bo Burrows. This team's young. This team's very young. I don't think they're going to make some noise at all this season, but I do think that they're going in the right direction. For the Kansas City Royals, it's going to be another struggling season. Jose Perella, just kind of a placeholder type of player. Lourdes Gurriel, really young second baseman right there for them. Parker Bridwell, Eddie Rosario is a nice little player. I mean, this is not the team that we have come to know either in recent years for the Kansas City Royals. I would expect them to finish second to last. Actually, the White Sox second to last. I think the Royals will finish third. And then when we look at the Twins are going to definitely give the Indians a run for their money. Miguel Sano, Zach Britton, Brian Dozier, Buxton's playing well. Sean Doolittle, Conforto is now a Minnesota Twin. Jose Barrios is taking the next step. Jorge Polanco is an 84, a young shortstop there. Hildenberger's an 80. Michael Pineda, Avisail Garcia. This is a pretty darn good offense. They've got some pitching as well. Marwin Gonzalez is going to make the big club as a backup first baseman, it looks like. Yeah, this Kenny's Vargas as well. This team's definitely going to make a lot of noise, and I kind of like the Twins and the Indians to make a push at the playoffs for the AL Central. So let's take a look at the AL West now. This is definitely stacked for the Angels. I mean, they got Billy Hamilton out there for LA, manning center field. Looks like Mike Trout's probably going to have to go to left and put Justin Upton out in the right. We got Zach Cozart, Stellan Betances they acquired. They have Adam Duvall. So you got some Reds here. Marcus Semien. This is a good team. It's a good team. Very, very good team. I like what they're doing with LA. Bryce Harper with the Oakland Athletics. This is very, very hilarious to me because you get 39 home runs in Oakland Coliseum. That's the most he's had since 2015. I don't know, guys. It's going to be pretty clutch for the Oakland A's this season out there in the NL or the American League West. Matt Chapman is playing well with that A potential. An 83, Sean Manaea. They got some things going for them. I think they'll make some noise, but I don't think that they're going to win the division by any means. I mean, look at that. It's Angels all the way, guys. We look at Seattle. They're probably going to make some noise as well. This could be probably the most competitive division in the American League is the American League West. I mean, you got Price, Haniger's an 86, Cano still 30s. He's pushing 40 years old, and he's still hitting, still doing his thing. Rasmo Ramirez down there. The pitching is definitely going to be kind of a struggle bus for Seattle. I mean, but then when you have these two big-time left-handed hurlers, Paxton and Price, you're going to be in some games. Looking at the Texas Rangers, they are definitely improved, but again, probably not going to be enough to compete. Ben Revere out there in left field. Jose De Leon was acquired from the Tampa Bay Rays. Ronald Guzman's a good player, a good hitter. Carlos Gomez is still there in Texas. Lance Lynn, Aaron Hicks. That's a pretty good addition. I like that. I like that for Texas. Again, I don't think they're going to do much this season with the two teams like Oakland and LA, but we can be surprised. And then when you have the Houston Astros, this team made the World Series last year against us. This is obviously still the same group of players: Altuve, Bregman, Correa, Springer, Cole, McCullers, Giles. This team is loaded. I think the Angels are going to give this team a run for their money, but the Houston Astros are really good, and I would expect the Astros to win this division yet again. So that is the rundown for the major leagues. You guys saw that in the last 3 episodes. We covered the National League, we covered the American League, just to kind of get you guys an idea of what the heck's going on this season. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate right here, and we're going to go look at some statistics as well when we go back into the roster. And then we'll finish off the spring training, and then we'll get right into the regular season for opening day on Monday. So make sure that you guys go check out the Monday video for that. So let's go ahead now and check out how everybody's doing. Andrew Miller struggling. 5.27 ERA. Castillo struggling, 5.79. Maybe they're just working on some stuff. We'll have to see how they do in the regular season. Carlos Carrasco is pitching well, but Keuchel has been our best pitcher thus far. 2.89, 15 Ks. Look at the strikeout stuff for Carrasco, 28-6 for walks. Definitely, these two guys right here, Keuchel and Carrasco, are definitely taking it to the next level. Brad Hand pitching really well as well. Suarez hitting 238. Votto still killing it, 333. Leclerc, not too bad. Scooter Gennett, no home runs, so no power for Scooter right now. It's kind of concerning. AJ Pollock hitting 244. Barnhart 220. So our offense, our pitching has not been good. I'm not sure what's really going on here. Scott Schebler only 1 home run. Maybe we have a little bit of a World Series hangover here, guys, because even Kendall Graven's bad right now, 9.37. Peraza, though, hitting 359. He's been a bright spot on offense for sure. Yarborough with a 5, Finnegan with a 5. Garrett's got 1 inning pitched. That's kind of concerning. 273 for Senzel, even though there's no power. Romano's not pitching too bad. Jesse Winker, yet again, another bright spot on offense with 284. Defoe's hitting well. Taylor Trammell's hitting well with a 300 average. I like to see that, guys. There's Ryan Frains. Didn't get the call-up for spring training action. Aristides Aquino, 269. Pavin Smith, 244 with 2 bombs. Tyler Mahle struggling with a 7.7. Yeah, I mean, what can you do, guys? It kind of sucks, really. Thomas Moore, none of these guys got the call-up. Phillip Ervin with 238. Yeah, so it kind of sucks. But look at Tyler White, 364 and 33 at-bats. Hey, gotta like that. Danny Wright, 18 ERA with 1 inning. 17 innings for Hunter Green with a 5.8. So yet again, I think the sim gods are just not too kind to our players here, really. And then when we look a little bit further, now we're getting down to players that did not make the spring training roster. So based on performance, there's nothing much to like right now. I think that just based on what I've seen, it's basically this is your starting 5. Kendall Graveman's still going to hold on to that 5 spot. Tyler Mahle's going to have to get the call down, honestly. This is 71 right now. He's going to have to go back to AAA and start working on some stuff. I don't think that there's a home for him in the middle relief innings right now. We do have Sal Romano. We got Finnegan. We've got Miller now. We've got Crockett, Leclerc, Lorenzen, Amir Garrett. I mean, our middle relief and our relief pitching is pretty set. So I wasn't too impressed with how Tyler Mahle performed. A 7 ERA. Graveman with a 9.3 wasn't that impressive either. But I'd still like to give him a shot. He pitched really well for us last year with a 3.7. It was his best statistical season. And then when we got Tyler Mahle, he was really good for us. 61 innings pitched, but that was kind of down the stretch. September type of call-up. A lot of teams are really just kind of throwing in the towel. So I want to see what Tyler Mahle does and what he can show us. I know he had a really good playoff. if he can show us in AAA that he's going to actually get back on track, and if Kendall Graveman just sucks, if he just absolutely just blows all season, then we'll call Tyler Mahle up and give him that number 5 spot. So I think that this is mostly just World Series hangover, and I'm not too concerned. So let's go ahead and simulate through this date, end spring training, and get to the regular season. So bada bing, bada boom. We are going on the road. So MLB The Show 18 is kind of screwing us over yet again. Going on the road against the Chicago White Sox, a team that we should easily beat. And I think I'm just going to swap these guys here. We're going to go with Carrasco number 2, Castillo number 3. Garrett does not need to be there at the number 4. That's Dave Sclafani's role. And then Kendall Graveman will be the number 5. Garrett will be a long relief type of pitcher, and here's our staff. So where is Brandon Finnegan? He did not make the roster, apparently. So we're going to have to possibly fix that. Ryan Yarbrough as a 77, not bad. Graveman took a big hit there, guys. 76 overall right now. Kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. Sal Romano did not make the big club. You know what? I'll mess with this a little bit more, and I will let you guys know everything that I did come Monday before the game against the White Sox for opening day. So it's Carlos Rodon versus Dallas Keuchel, the 2 lefties. I will see you guys on Monday for Reds franchise action. Leave a like if you like this thing, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that red button for subscribe, and I'll see you guys again on Monday. As always, peace.